What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to a short little review for the Off Course Topics podcast channel.
Reviews?
Reviews.
Off Course Reviews.
Off Course Reviews. I'm Anthony, and then we got, of course,
Matthew.
Matthew Mattbot. And we just got out of the
AMC in... Should we name drop?
do not dox. We just got out of the Five Nights at Freddy's 2 movie.
As of right now, this is Thursday at 10 p.m.
Yeah.
December, 4th?
Yeah,
Okay.
December 4th. So this was a movie we were both really excited for. It was one, we've been pretty much FNAF fans. I think we both
Since
since
it first came out, like 2012 it was?
2015, 2014, one of those.
Was it 20? I thought it was 2012, 2010.
No, it was later than that.
Oh, shit.
Yeah,
Okay.
no, I think the first game came out in 2015.
Oh, okay. Yeah, when the first game came out, then yeah.
Yep. So that's when we played it when it first came out. We started talking about it, and we loved it. We fell in love with the franchise. We've been fans ever since. As you can probably tell, due to everyone else's absence, not as big fans, but that's okay. That's okay.
Before we dive into it, do you want to say how we got into it?
I mean,
like, what were you watching? Just like strictly only gameplay of it?
Oh,
or were you watching like particular YouTube video?
When I my first experience of it was Markiplier, I think.
Yeah, mine was Markiplier.
No, literally, I think.
Yeah.
I don't remember at some point, but I think I saw it on like Markiplier's YouTube channel, the very first episode, like
the scariest game on the internet. And it's like night one. It's only night one too.
And then I think we talked about it. Like, I literally texted you about it or something. Yeah. And I was like, dude, did you see this game?
And then I think I saw it at that point as well too.
Yeah. So like we said, we've literally been following the franchise for that long. I think we both liked FNAF 1, right? I think
I loved it.
I also enjoyed it.
I think it was a little goofy and wonky, a lot of the plot.
Yeah.
Like the whole fucking them doing little like games and like shit like that with
course.
the animatronics.
But that's honestly like separately to that. I think that's kind of fun. I liked it.
Yeah, no, it was cool. It was a cool little spin to it.
But also, I feel like it was for sure a movie for the fans.
No, 100%.
There were movie critics who saw it and they're like, oh, this movie's like ass. It's not good. And
there were already critics today for this movie that came out that already said that it's a terrible movie. But never watch it. Blah blah blah.
And that's I can get it. As someone who does enjoy movies, like I could say I watch a lot of movies pretty consistently, and I have my degree in writing, so I would think I have a little bit more understanding of kind of what to do for plots and stuff. I understand when a movie isn't necessarily the greatest, right? But on the other hand, I think it's okay for a movie like this to kind of be very fan-centric, which I think they did. It seemed like it was very... like there were a lot of Easter eggs and kind of fan details that were explicitly made for like the fan stuff. So
they go in there, they riddle in they really know how to go and just show like love to the fans and the people who love the franchise.
Exactly. So I think that might be bias on our part, and if you're not kind of into that, then this probably isn't the review for you. I'm sorry, because we're gonna gush about this, I'm sure.
Yeah.
But I'm okay with the movie like that. Personally, I'm okay if the movie, the plot maybe has a few hiccups, isn't necessarily as crisp for the fan enjoyment of it. And I think we can safely say that FNAF 1 hit that right on the head. And after coming out of FNAF 2, I think I would agree that it follows suit. I think we'll do a baseline overall, no spoilers, and then we'll kind of get into spoilers a little bit, I think, if that makes sense. So for a no spoiler review, my first thought is I thought it was a good movie. I liked it. There were some plot beats that I wasn't 100% on board of. Some changes, I think, to the original story that I'm not on board of. But overall, I think it was a pretty good movie. It was a pretty fair adaptation, very fun adaptation. I liked a lot of the characters in it. I felt like they were represented pretty well. And firstly, the set design, the costume design, the animatronics, out of the park, amazing.
They looked amazing. They looked really good.
I mean, I don't know who they have designing this. I forget exactly. Is it the same guy who did the FNAF 1?
Yeah, it's the same studio. I think it's wool. It's like steel wool. I think it is, if I'm not mistaken. And I know I actually followed
I think Steel Wool's the game.
Is it this game?
It's a different game developer. I don't know the warehouse that's doing this.
Because they made a lot of different animatronics for a lot of different horror movies.
Yeah. But safe to say that these are immaculate. Almost damn near one-to-one recreations of these like characters from the games, and it is immaculate to see on screen. You've got the FNAF 2 cast, so all the toy animatronics is there. Balloon Boy looked amazing. I love Balloon Boy.
Yeah.
And so like that, from a production perspective, the movie was great, 100%. If you're just looking to kill like an hour and a half, you know, kind of just at something that looks really pretty, definitely worth watching it. You know, I would say even if you're not a fan necessarily. I think if you're not a fan, the story itself is kind of where it'll maybe lose you a little bit. But you know, that's a separate topic. The set design was good.
It says it was made by Jim Harrison's Creature Shop.
That's what it was. Yeah, I knew it was a separate like warehouse shop or something like that did it. I just didn't remember which one, but yeah.
They did a couple of other. Like animatronics from other Blumhouse movies too that I like. And other movies in general that I like as well too. I'm trying to figure out which one. I thought the movie was a great movie as well too. It was completely really good. Like you said, some plot holes did not look really good to be honest with you. Looked kind of like ass. There's one in particular that I really didn't like. But I thought it was kind of like boring and kind of dumb. But besides that, as an overall movie, it was actually really good, especially from a fan perspective. It's everything that I wanted plus more. So I was actually really glad they even got like little small nuances as well too. Like they have a bunch of memes and Easter eggs inside of it. So it was really good.
References from the games if you've played them, you know, all kinds of stuff. It was great. It was jam packed in terms of I think content for us fans. It was kind of just like, you know, spoiled for choice.
The one thing I will say that was kind of disappointing, I did not see still in this movie in general. We didn't get to see Matt Pat again, unfortunately.
Yeah, big agree.
And we didn't see Markiplier at all, or even hear his voice. Nothing.
Yep.
Nothing at all for Mark.
I feel like to me, you know, I think Markiplier is kind of makes sense. He's
a staple of it. I feel like him and Matt Pat are definitely a staple of FNAF.
I don't know if I'd call Markiplier necessarily a staple. I think he was the launching point for sure. I mean, look at us. We both started watching his videos, but I think after like the first 2 or 3 games, he really didn't.
Well, I mean, he held the title for like beating all the games first, especially after like their first launch before they got like nerfed or anything like that. Like for one thing in particular, in FNAF, I think it was 4 in Security Breach, that whole little like doll shaking or the shake the marionettes off of you and like tighten the screws and everything like that.
Yeah.
He was one of the first people that actually beat it because apparently it was extremely more harder and not a lot of people could beat it off release at all. And he was the first person to actually ever beat it because it was like dialed up like a lot. So he's actually done a couple of milestones and everything like that.
Right.
And I know in the community a lot of people called him like the king of FNAF. Yeah. So I feel like he would be safe to say as a staple for sure.
Yeah, you know, that's fair. I think for me, Matt Pat is like the very definitive staple.
Oh no, 100%.
You know, like he literally is. I mean,
he's a FNAF guy.
He spent hours just thinking about the game, let alone playing it and reading it and literally anything else.
Getting any single merchandise drop, anything like that, just to get any little bit of lore. No, like he even got the fucking the little like creative like art little book that you get to draw your own sketches and do little puzzles in it just to find out plot lore. Like I know.
Cassidy,
like,
for anybody who knows,
yeah,
Cassidy is the name of Golden Freddy, and that's where he learned is that stupid little art book. But yeah, so you know that does suck that we missed out on those two. I'll agree. But besides that, I think it was overall a pretty good film.
No, yeah,
you know, it's not going to win any awards. You know, we're not talking about
not even
winner.
Close,
you know? But in terms of will it make box office numbers? Almost assuredly. And will it be worth it if you're even remotely even a remote FNAF fan? You know,
I think honestly, if you don't follow the franchise or know anything about the franchise or even care about the franchise, you're not gonna like the movie at all. To be honest, if you don't like the franchise, it's probably not a movie for you.
Yeah, I think
genuinely, it's just not it. And that's why they're making them too, because the creator knows he's making it for his fan base and his his little community that he's created himself.
Yep.
That's why Scott's doing them because he wants to.
Yeah. He fully wrote this one. He didn't co-write it. So
he fully wrote this one, which honestly for him writing, it was actually really good. He managed to clean up a lot of the things that they left open in the first one.
Which is funny because the first one had he co-wrote with him.
Well, I feel like since he co-wrote it, he didn't get final say on it.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like the fact that there was kind of issues with that first one a little bit. even though it was co-written by a professional movie writer. Like, I don't know.
But compared to being with him, like
Yeah.
he fully wrote this one, and it was actually really good. There wasn't any plot holes at all.
And there was like a couple things.
I mean, there's some things I didn't like, but I mean, like I don't think there was any holes at all.
Maybe not. Yeah.
But because I mean, so should we just get into the spoiler part
Yeah.
at this point now?
Yeah. Well, we'll cut it here. From this point on, we're talking spoilers. So if you haven't seen it yet, go watch it. Especially if you like FNAF, we encourage you to go watch it. Go pump those box office numbers up. Get us a FNAF 3 because there's a pretty big teaser at the end. And then come back here when you watch it. All right. Okay. So this is the continuation of the video. This is we had some storage issues. So this is a spoiler section. Matt and I are here to talk about spoilers. And I wanted to continue from my thought, essentially being that there were a couple kind of minor plot holes, I think, or at least things that I didn't necessarily enjoy about it. As not I guess not as a whole, but just like individually. First being the kind of implementation of Michael. So, as people of the franchise would know, Michael is more or less the protagonist of the series. He is intended to go from location to location, basically cleaning up his father's mess after he gets scooped by a circus baby. And so this all culminates in him being... What the hell?
I forgot Escape closes out the game.
So the culmination of this is that Michael ends up burning with all the animatronics set in this trap that was set by Henry. In the movie, Michael shows up at the beginning, or like the first 20 minutes. For like 5 minutes he's there, and like as a tour guide for this like really shitty kind of like ghost hunting show ran by teenagers. And like the teenagers gets clapped, and like he is kind of like there awkwardly, not necessarily killing them, but not necessarily helping them. It's really strange how that was implemented. I don't know how I felt about that. And then towards the climax of the movie, after it's like well established that Charlie is the antagonist of the movie and that all the animatronics are like run by her and stuff, he just kind of re-shows up as like a second antagonist for like no reason, and just like is there, and he's like, yeah, it was me behind everything, even though Charlie was also the one who controlled everything, and I guess he was the one who rerouted their signals. It was really kind of messy, and it didn't make sense to me, honestly, because then the Abby's original friends come as the original animatronics and then destroy the toy animatronics, and then Michael just like runs away and then gets clotheslined by the big friend, Mike's big friend. And then like that's it. We don't see him for the rest of the movie, and it's like, what happened? Well, I guess that is technically like the very end of the movie. The ending was very, very strange, honestly. Thinking about it, it was, yeah. So I just didn't like how Michael was implemented. It was so random. I think it just didn't make sense. I thought it would. I think personally, it would be so much better if it was just kind of like kept as Charlie being the antagonist, and then Michael comes for FNAF 3, which, by the way, I don't think we talked about it, but FNAF 3 was 100% coming. It was teased at the end. There was a post-credit scene with classic Springtrap. So, yeah. I think his implementation should have just been restricted to 3. Because now we kind of have this mess where Mike is probably alive, but is he in custody now? Because, like, of what he says he did. But then there's no proof because it was Charlie who did everything with the animatronics. I don't know. It was very weird. I don't know if you have anything to add on to that, Matt.
I mean, the only thing I technically didn't like from it, to be 100% honest with you, was how like Charlie was able to control them outside remotely and everything like that. That's the one thing I didn't really like. I thought it was kind of dumb how she was able to do that, because I know she has powers and capabilities in the books and everything too to possess everybody and do shit like that. But like, I knew that was the only way they could make it seem like she could do that.
Yeah, that part didn't really bother me though, because like in obviously there's a classic give life minigame where she does have the capability of bringing them to life, but they kind of explained at the beginning in like almost an off kind of shoot sentence where they're just like, oh yeah, the marionette, specifically the marionette before Charlie dies, they're like, yeah, the marionette can like direct the animatronics wirelessly, like that was like a thing it could just do before.
Well, yeah, no, she also had like the rails all across in the entire Pixaplex too, that she could go around the entire Pizzaplex like on her own, and she could do her own thing, the marionette,
Yeah,
because like the railway on the top. So I knew all that. I
but
just
that
I don't.
but I was just saying, like, that's how they explained it, was like that's
No,
not
yeah,
necessarily Charlie possessing all the animatronics. That's just like her possessing the Wi-Fi, I guess, to control the animatronics.
yeah.
Again, yeah, that was also pretty
I mean, it
strange.
was that was they're
Um,
probably just making it like that to like hint at subtly like fucking glitch shop if they do go the length of it and everything like that. Her
yeah,
technically possessing the Wi-Fi, so it makes it like technically making glitch shop like more canon and stuff like that, and then like more like understandable, I guess,
yeah.
which kind of makes sense.
So my next gripe here is that, like, so the whole movie we are seeing, the first movie, I think, focused very heavily on Mike Schmidt's trauma, with him losing his brother to William Afton, and he like talks about dreams, and like they delve into that whole thing. So this movie focuses on Vanessa's trauma, and I think it does a very good job of that. I think throughout the movie we see, like, her actually overcoming her issues with her father, and then we actually get a little glimpse in her dream of, I don't know, I think that was supposed to be child her, right, seeing Circus
Yeah, no,
Baby.
yeah, it was supposed to be it was child her going into his workshop room and seeing Circus Baby already built with the emerald green eyes. So I'm assuming that at that point, it already has a
It was
possession of her
Elizabeth.
sister.
Yeah,
It
it
was
was Elizabeth.
Elizabeth inside of it. So it was like, her already there inside of the back room behind the curtains of it and everything, which was
Which,
actually kind of fucking sick. I
yeah,
loved it.
no,
I
that
loved
part
it
was
so
really
much.
good.
It was really cool.
So like her going through her trauma was very, it felt very earned, I think. And so like she comes back and she helps Mike through the climax of the film, stop the toy animatronics that are being possessed by Charlie. And she goes to great lengths to prove that she, like, is better. And honestly, do you even remember why Mike, like, doesn't trust her? Like, what? Oh, because he didn't tell her about this. He didn't tell
Yeah,
her about
because he didn't tell her about like how she was
the original
connected,
relationship.
how like exactly like how like deeply like it went the connected wise.
Yeah,
Like there
even
was
though,
another fucking franchise and like
and then
everything like
Charlie's
that.
death, but like
Yeah,
also, I mean, that really wasn't his place. Like she didn't
yeah.
have
No,
to
it
tell him
definitely is
that.
not it.
He
Yeah,
felt just very entitled to information that he wasn't
didn't really need.
necessarily
Yeah,
entitled
because I
to.
mean,
Yeah,
like, she could have also just not trusted him too. Yet, like she's gonna have that point of
right.
him like not
But
being
I think
trusted.
she spends like the last 30, 40 minutes of the movie doing a very good job of earning that trust back.
Yeah, and then
And then,
trying to like
yeah, go ahead.
no, I was like she earned her trust and then tried to like make it so that way it's like sorry, hold on. I'm trying to time the mask on right. It was she was trying to earn his trust, and then she did a really good job at it, like you said. I did like the fact that throughout the entire movie as well too, it shows her like slowly just like breaking from like the little like trauma, not like trauma, but like because I think it was in the books or something like that, or even in the games of like how much connected she was to her father that caused her to like be possessed more by him or like he could control her and she loves him more and trusts him more and does like his bidding for it if I'm not mistaken.
Well,
So
in
it
the
shows her like
oh, yeah,
breaking free from it. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It shows her like not
in the
going down that
games,
path.
Vanny is like possessed
Mhm.
by him through glitch traps, so it's
But
like very
yeah, that's what
yeah,
I'm saying. So it's like it's showing her like preemptively breaking free from that as well too. And like she's like trying her best not to be like with that already.
yeah. No, it was very well done. But what I absolutely hated personally was the fact that despite all that, like at the end of the movie, Mike is just like, "Go away! I don't want to see you anymore. I can't trust you." And it's like, bro, what? She literally spent like the last hour of the movie proving that you can in fact trust her. And when she gets confronted by Michael Afton, her brother, about, like, come join me and we'll kill everybody together, or whatever, she actively refuses it to side with Michael, and
Mhm.
or Mike Schmidt, and she's like, "No, this is my new family now." Like, she says all that. She proved her loyalty to that
Mhm.
by literally putting her life on the line to save Abby. And Mike's just like, "No, go away. I don't want to talk to you anymore." He just leaves. And it's
Yeah.
like, what was that? That makes zero sense to me. I did not like that. And I know why they did it, because they set up that Charlie's gonna possess Vanessa and she's probably gonna become Vanny now. But I think that's a
Mhm.
really, really, in my opinion, excuse my language, shitty way to set a Vanny up.
I definitely think that the reason that they were trying to make it so that way like Michael was a villain. I was thinking that the reason that they were trying to make Michael the villain did instead of her being the Vanny route or anything like that was because they were gonna try to do like the whole possession and shit like that with Michael instead of like Vanessa this time. They were gonna try to make Vanessa like because you said earlier how Michael's like trying to do his own like little spin on the story itself. So I thought he
Yeah.
was just trying to change the canon entirely and make Vanessa like the good person, trying to like be like, oh, you know what? I'm not trying to be like my dad. I'm trying to like help out and do like better than my dad. And Michael's trying to take up in her like in his shoes, so she's gonna have to like band up against like him type of shit, you
Yeah.
know?
And yeah, see, so that would make sense
So
to
that's
me.
what,
And
yeah, that's what I thought immediately. Like I was like, oh, okay, that makes sense. Well, like she's trying to fight and she's trying to do all that.
so like that makes sense to me. I like that. And I think if Scott wanted to do the opposite of the games with this movie, with like this run of movies, I think that would be better, right?
Yeah,
So
no,
like in the
100%. Yeah,
games,
because maybe he
Vanessa
always
isn't
wanted it like
really.
that too.
It's possible, in the
Mm-hmm.
games, Vanessa isn't really Afton's daughter. It's
Mm-hmm.
like I said, she basically becomes like a cultish member following Glitchtrap, aka William Afton. So she's like a surrogate daughter, and then like the whole Mad Pet theory with Mrs. Afton and how that goes. She's trying to
Mm-hmm.
rebuild her family, so she takes Vanessa as a surrogate daughter to replace the one that they lost. And then Circus Baby's Elizabeth, and then they try to get Michael back. So if they wanted to do that, right, where they make it, to where Vanessa is the
Mm-hmm.
blood related daughter of William Afton, and then Michael is the one that follows the footsteps, and Vanessa is the one who's trying to break free. I would appreciate that, I think. But now they kind of just put all three together and made just like Mike Schmidt this protagonist now, which I guess isn't necessarily a bad thing. But now there's like three different antagonists with like different goals, and honestly, Michael Afton's goal didn't even really like there was he was like I want to continue my dad's legacy and like murder half the town, and it's like, gang, I don't really think that was your dad's legacy. Your dad killed like six kids in a pizzeria. He didn't. It's not talking about like mass murdering a town, bro. Yeah,
Yeah, that, he's seen. Yeah, I guess his like legacy is like maybe him like making more suits and trying to be better than Henry. I would assume if anything like
William,
that, or yeah,
but
William. Yeah, yeah.
I mean, I don't even know. And then Henry was there, and I appreciated Henry being there, but he didn't even really have a role. He just kind of gave Mike the
Yeah, he was
fuck.
just feeding info, bro. Basically,
He
just fucking
basically
Fox News.
he basically just felt like a cameo. I'm not gonna lie, yeah.
Yeah.
Like you said, Fox News. That, So there were a couple things that I kind of didn't gel with, and I think could have been done better. In that regard, I think you know, now making Mike Schmidt the super protagonist, and then against like three major antagonists is kind of, in my opinion, it may be a little silly. But um, besides those, big three things,
Hmm.
I thought the movie was really good. The beginning was great. Again, the set dressing was great. Costume design amazing. The dialogue didn't really feel campy. I felt like everything felt kind of natural. A lot of the actors were really good. The very few scenes we did get with Matthew Lillard, of course, amazingly acted.
Oh, dude,
Um,
yeah, I do. Matthew Lillard's such a good fucking actor. Dude. I
yeah,
love him.
he's proven he's well worth his paycheck. So sign that man. Um, and like honestly, I really do like the movie. I thought it was good. I think there's just a couple of those hangups where it's kind of like, now I don't know what they're gonna do with three, because I forgot to mention too, like, or I think I already did, but like the ending teases Springtrap, right? So then this third movie, we're gonna potentially have four active antagonists on the field right now, and it's gonna be a, like, I'm telling you, it's gonna be like Spider-Man 3, bro. The main problem with Spider-Man 3 is it had Sam Raimi's Spider-Man 3, by the way. It had like four antagonists, or like three, I think, maybe. But it was a symbiote. It was well, I guess Eddie Brock and symbiote are like the same thing. And then it was Hobgoblin, and then it was Sandman. And they just didn't. It just there wasn't enough screen time for them. It should have been split into two movies. It just did not work. And this is, I think, gonna, if they do, just want it to be a run of three movies or whatever. I don't know the whole plans, of course, but
Well, I know that Matthew Lillard said out loud that he was contracted to just do a trilogy at
a
first. Like he was
trilogy.
only signed for a trilogy, and that's it.
So I guess that's kind of up in the air if we'll get more movies after that or not. Uh, but
It's for sure a
you
third,
know,
but I just don't know
it,
if anything after.
if it is only a third movie coming and they have to resolve four antagonists, I don't think it's gonna be very good.
I
Unfortunately, I
don't
hate to
think
say
it
it.
even is going to be four antagonists. I think if anything, it might just be two or one at most. I don't think it's going to be four though.
I mean, then
I
we have
thought it
three
was
antagonists. Like, we
mainly
have
just
three
going to
that are just
be.
not
I thought it was going to
resolvable.
be mainly just William and Michael for sure. Well, Yeah, no, Michael for sure, William for sure. I don't think we're gonna see Vanessa again for a little bit though.
I mean, like I said, if they have more movies down the pipeline, maybe it's possible.
Yeah, later on down the road, yeah, but I don't think we're gonna see her in the next movie at
I
all.
think personally, so what the ending led me to believe is that even though Vanessa is currently possessed by Charlie and is probably going to do like bad things because of Charlie's possession, right? We've established Charlie's evil.
Hmm.
Um, if Charlie stops possessing Vanessa, I think the betrayal of Mike Schmidt is probably going to lead her to be Vanny still, which brings me to my four antagonists kind of like point,
Mm.
you know. Because like you can tell just how heartbroken that lady was when Mike and Abby
No,
walked.
yeah, I mean, she was crying at the end.
Like it
I
was
definitely, I mean,
raw.
I see more of like her as in like, not kind of like, I don't think she's gonna be like. I think she's still gonna be trying to redeem herself, even though like he went over there and said stay away from her. She's gonna be more of the role of like, oh, you know what? He doesn't want to believe me that I'm gonna try to help him. I'm gonna try to help him with not having to like directly interfere with his life or anything like that, you know, or like
Mhm.
be there like in the shadows type of work
I can see that. I can see that.
instead of like just going straight into being a villain. I don't think it's gonna be like that at all.
Yeah. Um, I mean that's fair. I think I can see that possibly happening as well. Um, yeah. Again, honestly, the ending just felt so abrupt to me. It was very like I don't know. That's like my hang up right now. Is I just can't. It was weird. It was weird. I didn't like it. But besides that, aside from all of this, I think overall it was a good film. I really enjoyed it. I can't say I can't. I'd be lying if I said I didn't. All of the callbacks, the Easter eggs, the stupid Freddy plush with the horror was so good.
Dude, it was amazing. Yeah,
It
I
was,
think that was the best part.
I
Yeah.
can't lie. I can't lie. I was grinning ear to ear the entire movie.
No, yeah, it was an amazing movie. Like,
So
for the
overall,
definitely for the fans.
what would you give it out of 10?
Um, Honestly, out of 10, I definitely feel like it's better than the first one. I think the
I agree.
first one, if I'm not mistaken, I gave that one like a 7, if I'm not, or a 7 or a 6, if I'm not mistaken. I give the first one. This one, I would definitely probably give like an 8.
And you know what?
Yeah,
I think
just because
I agree with you.
just because I don't want to say like the story was perfect, because of course the story was kind of like iffy at points because they are changing the story from the original canon.
Yeah.
So I mean, I guess like yeah, we might not sit well with
And
that for right now,
so
but I mean, it could be better.
to be clear, sorry to cut you off. I don't like. I didn't want these games to be a one-to-one recreation of the canon. Like that wasn't my expectation. Um, I just think it was handled like the rewriting and the redirection was handled a little sloppily in my opinion.
Hmm.
But I was never expecting it to be a one-on-one recreation. That's not why I don't really like the ending. That's far from it.
Hmm.
But yeah, I think I'd agree with you on an 8. I think if the ending was cleaned up and kind of less abrupt and sloppily done, I would go 8.5. But as it stands right now, it would be a solid 8 for me.
I definitely think as a rewrite of fixing whatever was done in the first one, since Scott Foley did the writing for this one, he actually did really well. To be honest, honestly, like I said, he's making it something that he definitely wants and that he's proud of for the most part. So I'm actually kind of happy that he's doing that. To be honest with you,
Yeah, that's fair. Listen,
I
if
feel
this
like
is hidden, we're just along for the ride at that point.
yeah, we're just gonna be waiting to see what else he's gonna be doing next. So
Yeah. Okay. Well, I think that about wraps us up here. Um, please let us know in the comments if you guys did enjoy the movie. We'd love to hear and kind of debate on you in the comments on why you absolutely love the idea of Charlie possessing Vanessa or whatever you may say. Anyways, sorry for the long absence. I know it's been quite a while since you've heard from any of us, but
honestly, don't
we're
blame us. We've been the ones trying to encourage everybody else to film and everything, but nobody wants to. So you have to blame the others because they don't want to participate in it anymore. We try to get everybody
we're
else.
not we're not
We try to
slandering.
get everybody. We try to get everybody else to come with us today, but nobody wanted to come. So
Yeah, they really
you
didn't
cannot
though.
blame us. We definitely
But
tried.
thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for sticking around with us ranting and bantering. It's been real. This is Anthony and Matt signing out.